So if you saw our first video about the Newmar New Aire, you know how excited we were to get on board one for the first time. Well, now not only are we on board one for the second time, but we're doing that here in Napanee, Indiana at Newmar. And we're excited to be joined by the Vice President of Sales, John Sammut, who's going to spend some time talking with us about the new features of the New Aire for 2019.
In addition to the typical new model year additions to the product line, there's also a new floor plan for 2019 for the New Aire, and we're excited to get a chance to take a look at that in person and really get a feel for what it's like.
Hi John, thanks so much for joining us today. We're so excited to be here at Newmar and be on board a New Aire for only our second time.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and thanks for coming by and spending some time here in Napanee.
So we're excited to see that a new floor plan got added for 2019, and we thought you might be able to give us an idea of what some of the major upgrades and changes are for 19.
There are several, really. One of the things that we've added is the Excite Tri-View rear view camera system, which is standard in the New Aire this year. That is something we prototyped and introduced in our King Aire lineup in 2018, and is now available in all our luxury motorhome products, including the New Aire.
And for anybody who's not familiar with that, how is that different than the regular camera system that was back there before?
Well, it's more of a 360 camera system and has three different visions. Hence the name Tri-View. It has a vision of the horizon behind the motorhome, and then one of the tow vehicle itself, and then one of the hitch itself, and it can be basically toggled on the rear vision camera in the instrument panel from one view to the other. So it's really convenient and very driver friendly. Again, it was received very well in the King Aire, and we decided to expand the offering to more of our luxury motorhome lineup. Some other features that we added: the dovetail drawer construction with the soft close drawers, which is a really nice high-end feature. 4K televisions are now standard in every location. As a matter of fact, in Ventana on up, we use Sony 4K TVs exclusively in most every location on our motorhome lineup in the diesel brands. We've got new exterior graphics and colors, obviously, a new interior decor. We've got a new storage area located underneath the kitchen sink to put those heavy solid surface sink covers that are beautiful and very practical, but you're always looking for some place to store them. So we've actually identified a place for the customer to put those. We also introduced a new option for the Nova two-stage awnings to replace the Girard G2000 awnings. The Nova awnings have become very standard, or have become very popular in the industry. We had some concerns whether that would be applicable on the New Aire because of the shorter height, and when our engineering department did their testing, they realized that it didn't come down so low as to become an obstruction in the patio area. So we went ahead and made it available. Really, customers asked for that in large numbers in 2018, so obviously we responded in 2019 by making those available.
So we know that the New Aire is brand new for 2018. It just came out, and with other Newmar models there are lots of floor plans and multiple lengths. I don't know if you can tell us about future plans yet, but are you able to share anything about the potential for the New Aire to continue expanding floor plans and possibly even go into other lengths?
I think we're limited at the current length and the type of offerings that we have, because of the construction and the smaller package and a diesel product. So we're on the 3 right now. We introduced with 2 in 18. We have 3 for 19. But we are keeping our ear to the ground. We're very close to our customers at various shows and events that we attend. Ron Stichter, our Vice President of Engineering, Kim Moore, our designer, and myself, as well as visiting some of our key dealers for ideas and what they see from their customers are being requested. So we're always looking for new ideas. We are looking at things perhaps for 2020 and beyond in terms of different lengths, which may open us up to some different floor plan designs, if anything.
Super pleased to see things going in the right direction, which is more floor plans, not fewer.
Sure.
And a 50% increase in 1 year is huge.
Well, yeah, so it's all relative, isn't it? Yeah, sure.
Well, and it's also a good sign for us. We were so excited to see the New Aire as an addition to the Newmar product line because it really filled in a niche that we had identified in the industry as sort of being missing, which was that small package luxury for coming back down the product line either as you get older or as you have a desire for something smaller. So seeing that you're adding to the line is a good sign that other people are responding to the New Aire as well.
Two of the things we're asked about a lot are size and how to choose a certain style or type of rig that would work for someone. And we always say that we recommend you get the smallest rig you think you can be comfortable in for purposes of people who do what we do often, which is going to more remote places, a lot of boondocking, but also for national parks, national forests where a 45-foot rig isn't going to fit. There are a lot of places we can't go into now.
Right.
And
we carry a shoehorn.
Yeah.
And the other thing is also floor plan, floor plan, floor plan. We always say that there are so many personal things, and so obviously the more floor plans there are, the more choice there is.
Floor plan is the number one reason when surveyed that customers say they decided on the motorhome they purchased.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen that with Newmar with such a wide array of choices in models like the Ventana and so forth. So our attitude is that because we are loyal Newmar fans who've loved our rig for the last 13 years, that the more choices there are out there, the better, that when the time comes that we're able to move up into something else, we can choose, whether it be the level we choose, whether it's something lower down in the line like a Ventana, or if we're able to afford to go higher in the line, having that choice is what makes it possible for us to be happy.
Certainly true. And we're happy to offer the floor plan. Sometimes our dealers tell us there may be too many floor plans at times. Certainly no dealer can stock every floor plan that we offer. I think at last count we have 98 different floor plans in our 11 motorhome products that we manufacture.
That's a lot.
Well, we appreciate your adding one more this year.
So we already mentioned the New Aire being unique to the product line,
Right.
being a smaller luxury coach. What specific things have you targeted to being specific to the New Aire that may set it aside from some of the other products?
Well, I think just the packaging itself lended itself to a lot of unique features and really challenged our engineering department and Freightliner, who partnered with us in the development of this unique chassis, or was the first product out there that was introduced with a Cummins ISB 360 horsepower engine with a side radiator. Just about up until that point, every other product out there that used that ISB engine was configured with a rear-mounted cooling package. So that in itself made it unique. But when you think about the fact that the New Aire is actually an inch shorter than our entry-level gas motorhome, the Baystar Sport, certainly there are a lot of unique things in the basement and the chassis construction that allow us to get that shorter height and that shorter length. If you look at the exterior storage in the New Aire, that didn't happen by accident. That was by design, and I think the whole packaging, the way the engine is mounted, the side radiator, the way the frame rails are positioned so low, it allows for the coach to have an overall lower height. It allowed the coach to have a lower entry step height, which is more convenient for your older customers, and still provide the cavernous storage that we have underneath the motorhome.
We were very impressed by that, and anyone who saw our first video could see we were stunned at how much space was inside that massive compartment. And for full-timers, again, it's or people who want to bring a lot of stuff along, even if they're not full-time, it was huge.
Absolutely, and that was a priority for us to really establish that and still offer adequate freshwater capacity, gray water, black water tank, as well as the fuel tank. Now all those are being looked at for future to see if they can be improved upon, but at this point we've maximized everything below the floor in the New Aire to what it is today.
Now, we've also seen that the New Aire, being brand new, is a showcase for some technology that we haven't seen before, and us being kind of tech geeks, we were particularly interested in something like the glass dash, and we saw that now for 2019 we've seen that has moved up the product line all the way up to the King Aire, and we're wondering if this is a showcase enough for technology that other features that are here on the New Aire might migrate up or down the product line.
Well, the glass dash is a good point, and as we life cycle change, when we change the cap design and the instrument panel design concurrent with a life cycle change, like we've done with the Dutch Star for 2019 and the London Aire for 2019, we take the opportunity to look at enhancements we can make to the dash. And really, our chassis suppliers, more than anything else, are driving us toward glass dash. You know, certainly as part of the evolution of any product lineup or any brand, you're going to see features that are migrating either up or down the product line. historically, we've had many of those examples. You know, when we first introduced Comfort Drive steering, it was only available in our Mountain Aire product, Essex product, and King Air product at the time. Now it's available as of 2012, 2013. It was available on all our products in the diesel motorhome lineup. Last year, we actually migrated something up for 2019. In 2018, we introduced a new Aqua Miser shower system in our Ventana and Dutch Star product, and that is now available in the New Aire that we're sitting in now, as well as the London Aire and the Mountain Aire.
And for people who don't know what that is, tell me if I'm describing this correctly. We tell people who want a boondock, one of the best things they can bring with them is a gallon pitcher, and we run the shower water up into the pitcher to make sure we don't run that water down the drain into the gray tank, and now that's not needed, right?
That's right. The Aqua Miser shower system, which was introduced, like I said, last year in 2 of our product lines, is a great feature for someone like me that doesn't like to take cold showers.
Or at least start off cold, right?
At least start off cold. What happens is when you go in, you can certainly turn the shower on. Inevitably, the initial water coming out of the shower head is going to be at a lower temperature, and a lot of people let it run for a while until they get to the hot water. Well, when you're boondocking, every gallon, every drop of water is precious.
It sure is.
So what the Aqua Miser shower system provides is a lever that can be set so that for whatever period of time, the water coming out of the shower head is being replaced back into the fresh water tank until you get the hot water. Then a blue light comes on, which is on the shower wall. When the blue light comes on, that indicates that the water is now hot. You flip that lever back, and that water begins coming out, and it's going into the gray tank for as long as you want it to. And you can flip that lever back and begin recirculating the water back when you're done with your shower, or turn the shower off, obviously. But rather than that initial gallon or 2 or 3 of water that you're letting go into the gray tank unnecessarily, you're actually repurposing that water back into the fresh tank until the water gets hot.
That seems almost as high-tech as a Rubbermaid pitcher.
You know, but it's well thought out, and it's very effective, and it works, and it's the simplest of ideas, and yet it took this long for somebody in the industry to bring something to market.
That's great.
It's great, and I would imagine it's also a big boon for a lot of the floor plans where you've got rear baths, so the shower is now further away from the source of hot water. We know in our RV...
It takes a little longer to get the hot water there, doesn't
Exactly,
it?
right.
Yeah.
So in dry camping, you're going to be in a situation now where you're wasting that much more water. So the shower miser, that's great.
We're lucky our shower is right above our water heater, but not everybody's floor plan works that way.
Doesn't always work that way, does it? You guys got lucky, didn't you?
So 05 was a good year.
John, thanks so much for letting us come and be here at Newmar and get on board a brand new New Aire and take the time to kind of fill us in on something that we are very interested in, which is more and more choices in smaller RVs, more features and floor plans. So we can't thank you enough for having us here.
Pleasure to spend the time with you today, guys.
Great.
Thank you.
Take care. We appreciate how excited so many of you have been about the New Aire, just like we have. We've been, as many of you know, loyal and happy and satisfied Newmar customers in our rig for the last 13 years. We're asked all the time, if we were to get a new motorhome, what brand would we choose? And we have come around again and again to saying we would choose a Newmar. And we're not being paid by Newmar to say that. We don't have an official association with Newmar where we represent them. We literally are simply
happy customers.
Happy, satisfied customers who love our rig and have had a very good experience with it. And
it's additions of products like the New Aire that keep our interest in the brand and keep moving things forward.
Thanks to John for having us here and being patient while we roll more video.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
But we're really excited about what we're seeing and are thrilled to be here doing it. So those of you who are here supporting us, we want to thank you as always and share this with you kind of in real time. We'll try and get this up on Patreon in the next 24 to 48 hours as we can, even though the video for it won't be out for a while. But we hope you're going to be excited about it too. So thanks again for your support.
Thanks for coming along.
And
if you get a chance, stop by Newmar.
Yeah, and by the way, when you're here in town, not only will you see great motorhomes, but make sure you stop at Rocket Science Ice Cream.
We got our fill last night, and it might be time for lunch.
Every time we're in town, we go to Rocket Science Ice Cream. We did a video about it. If you haven't seen it, you'll see how they make ice cream with
Liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen. And John, is that like everybody here knows rocket science?
Everybody knows rocket science. So no wonder we need a crowbar to get you guys